Everyone, welcome to PSWF Adrenaline. I am one of your co-hosts, Jeremy Culver, aka Darcy, and with me is Kyle, the glorious Gloria. Kyle, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. I'm stoked to see the week after our first ever pay-per-view and what this has to bring to the PSWF. New rivalries, old rivalries, just fresh starts for people, everything else, and briefcases and matches and everything else.
As you just said, briefcases. We never know when someone might be trying to cash in, so every episode from here on out essentially can be very exciting for that matter. And as you said, there's new starts and there's old starts, continuing of rivalries that we had beforehand, because it is following the pay-per-view, and we will see our new PSWF Men's Champion in action tonight, not going up against Thiccnotic, but going up against another worthy opponent in its own right. But we do have things kicking off for us here in the first opening match. We're actually having our first ever triple threat tornado tag match. It's going to be Bear Arms versus Thomas Dynasty versus the Smack Talkers. Now, this, of course, is an interesting thing because at the pay-per-view, the Thomas Dynasty challenged the Smack Talkers. The higher heads ended up throwing the title in there, and then during their match, KT spit mist into the face of Darcy, and that potentially impacted them not being able to get in and break up a pin later on for the Thomas Dynasty to claim that championship. I know that the Smack Talkers are upset about this. They hope to get their hands dirtied with some more beatings on the Thomas Dynasty, and the Thomas Dynasty is looking at it like, hey, we won. We are the higher heads, and we're looking for new horizons. But the higher heads have put a stipulation on this match. If the Smack Talkers are pinned in this match, they are now at the bottom of the tag team division and must work their way up for a title contention. However, if anyone doesn't get pinned, if Thomas Dynasty is the ones that get pinned out of this, then the Smack Talkers continue to give themselves a chance at potentially challenging for that title later on. And then we have a really nice triple threat following it up. Kyle, when you want to talk about it?
Yes, of course. Next, we have a triple threat match. We have Molly, Gloria, Hat, and Dr. Vertebreak. A little bit of a matchup to kind of get things stirring and see who might be next for the next title shot, who might be at the top, of the three to maybe put their foot forward against the others to, rival X to try to beat her and dethrone her from that championship.
Yeah, and as you know from our opening episode, there's been that little iffy thing going on with Hatshepsut, and she has been continuing to demand her chance at the title. However, she has a loss to Dr. Vertebreak, a loss to Molly Gloria, so here's a chance for her to potentially try to give herself that leg towards a number one contender spot. Then we got a fatal four-way coming up after that. We have Glowrilla, Bobby Houston, Mayo, Menace, and Matt. As many know, Glowrilla and Mayo Menace won their respective matches. Mayo holds the Bills in the Briefcase title, but Glowrilla, we did find out after the show, because of their TLC match, and he was able to climb up and grab that briefcase as well. He also has a briefcase for a title opportunity. However, his is limited to the OMG Championship, while Mayo Menace has the option to choose either one, depending on what he wants, because that is the big one. So that is going to be interesting to see, is how do the two handle that kind of matchup and the fact that they both hold a briefcase. And then we have a very interesting matchup following that one.
Yes, we have the one and only Bill Gates versus Hunter Frost. This is honestly, for these two specifically, a huge matchup, considering this will give one of them their first ever victory here in the PSWF.
Yeah, and we've had, of course, Hunter Frost. You and I have been very impressed by Hunter Frost. Has very good matches, but of course, just has not came out on top. Now has a chance to finally do that. And Bill Gates, well, yes, Bill Gates, of course, his age has limited him in the ring. He's had some bright moments as well, but unfortunately in that OMG run had to go up against Pinky, and I think that definitely was a tough task. But will Hunter Frost be an easier one? We'll find out later. Then we're going to see our new OMG champion in action and taking on our former PSWF men's champion in Thiccnotic. A very interesting matchup for myself. I love to see what these two bring to it. Thiccnotic hoping to bounce back from their loss last time at the pay-per-view, and the Samurai hoping to continue their undefeated streak in singles competition.
Yeah, and as you said, this is a good test too for the Samurai, being the first ever OMG champion, but you're also going against a former champion, so this can easily continue to build the Samurai's momentum. Who knows, eventually build the Samurai into the top dog spot in one day, challenging for that also the main championship belt. And I mean, who knows, can he hold both? It'll be interesting.
There is a chance. Could always be the first two belt holder. And then to cap off the show, we have Lunt, our new PSWF champion, taking on Ben Neisen, athlete who has, of course, also struggled with getting some wins, but having some phenomenal performances across the cards, and so we'll see what ends up shaping out from there. But again, we're kicking things off with a triple threat tornado tag match. The Thomas Dynasty, Bear Arms, and the Smack Talkers all going at each other. Kyle, what do you expect out of this tornado tag match, which again is the first one we're having here at PSWF?
What makes this extremely interesting is the fact that it is a triple threat match and a tornado tag, but a triple threat match. So seeing Bear Arms in this is going to make this extremely interesting, because I am really curious on how much the Smack Talkers and the Thomas Dynasty focus on each other, ignore the fact that they have two others in there. Because who knows what happens if Bear Arms are the ones that win this and pin the Thomas Dynasty. That jump, I mean, that has to push them up the rankings and the ladders.
I definitely agree with you on that regard. And again, just to reiterate what I said earlier, if the Smack Talkers are pinned in this title, or in this match, excuse me, they drop to the bottom of the tag team division for a title contention. So there's a lot riding on the line of here, and especially with the Smack Talkers feeling like they were cheated out of potentially winning that title at the Bills in the Briefcase. You gotta hope that they have their eyes set on the prize, but things are getting underway here at the building, and we are going to be seeing what will be showing. And of course, we're getting things started with Bear Arms. Kyle, just talk to me a little bit about, we've had some thoughts, some, I guess I will say, concerns with this team based off of how things went in their first match over the run with Anime Ted. So, Kyle, do you feel like this is the opportunity for them to get that bounce back in a tag team division, because they've had some impressive performances in the singles competition?
Yes, yeah, and actually, exactly what you just said there. That's what makes this really interesting, and is the fact that their singles competition has been really impressive. I've really enjoyed both of them. I mean, Grills, look at, he almost made it to become the OMG champion. I mean, huge, push in the singles, but it'll be interesting to see how much they've learned in that process and how much they could take that into this tag team division, because again, as you said, the first matchup didn't go exactly as planned as a tag team. But we all know down in the Indies, they were a fantastic tag team.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things, too, like that we want to make sure we don't overstate or understate essentially the matter. When they were in their first tag team match against Anime Ted, they had a very impressive performance to start things off. However, there towards the end, things fell apart for them, and that's where Anime Ted was able to grab the win. Can their run in the singles competitions, again, Bear Magnum hasn't done getting W's in those singles matches, but had impressive performances in the OMG Championship qualifiers, and then at the Bills in the Briefcase ladder match was phenomenal in that match with Glowrilla and Hunter Frost. And so it's one of those things of what does that bring to the table when it comes to this competition. And now we have the title champions entering here, Thomas Dynasty, again sporting the same gear that they wore to get their win. We might be seeing them as they rock in a tag team this kind of gear, but I know that some people, again, of course, Smack Talkers being one of them, feel that this title run may be undeserved by them. But, of course, Thomas Dynasty is going to ride this all the way as long as it is sticking around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at them. You could tell they're ready for this. They are pumped to be the champions. And you could just coming down in the ring, how synced they are and everything else. They are definitely ready for this. And they're going to want to push this run to the max level. Set the bars high for our tag team division. But again, the ones that are about to come out right now, the Smack Talkers, feel, as you stated, very undeserving to win. For KT sprayed some mysterious stuff in Darcy's face.
Yeah, and
that was the crowd.
Yeah, it was a great match in that tag team. So many near falls, and there towards the end, there seemed to be something going on with Darcy. He was able to get in and break up the submission, but just outside of that, just seemed to lose himself. And could that have been the miss? Could that have been something else? Who knows? But of course, KT and Kawu come out on top, but the Smack Talkers are here to show again. They're here to take the respect that they've been saying that they're looking forward to, and this is a chance for them to try to put that foot forward or put their foot in their mouth, because they just continue to just not get the victories that they need to move forward.
Exactly. But look at them. They look like best friends. It's awesome seeing them in that ring together.
All right. Bell has rang, and remember, this is a tornado tag, so everybody is in the ring at once. And we talked about earlier, will the two teams go up against each other, or will they end up letting Bare Arms get away with things? And it looks like both tag teams are teaming up on Bare Arms, making sure they have no way in this match.
Yeah. To me, it seemed like they're trying to take them both out and telling them to get out of our way so we can go after each other. But it looks like Kyle now is going after KT, and Grills going after Darcy.
Oh, man, we've had a lot of action already, and oh, man, a big knee to the face of KT, but he gets out of the way. Bear Magnum just really going after Kyle Wu, and as you said, Grills just making sure that Darcy doesn't get anywhere near those ropes, because that has been the spot that Darcy always tries to go to.
And KT with his own submission out there, and Kyle Wu and Magnum in the ring by themselves.
Ooh, man, and that's the spot that you want to be, because, of course, that is the only place that you can get the victory is inside the ring. Does not really matter what you do outside the ropes. The ref that's why he's paying attention to what's going on inside the ring, while everybody else is just laying havoc outside there. And what a big move there from Kawu. Really trying to put the work into Bear Magnum, who Magnum did a lot of work to Kawu early on.
And KT slamming Kyle's face off the post there.
I thought Grills was going to get in there and try to help out Magnum a little bit, but then he decided to go right back after Darcy. And you really could tell the issues going on around the ring. KT really seems to have an issue with Kyle. Darcy, of course, seems to have the issue with Grills, and Magnum really going after Kyle Wu with a big drop off the ropes onto Kyle Wu, but Kyle Wu with a good reversal, maybe getting some momentum right back into his beatdown of Magnum.
KT showing his power too, just slamming Kyle face first into the mat after hauling him up. And Darcy's not having a good time either, but For the Smack Talker's sake, though, is this kind of good, though, being outside the ring? Because if Cal Wu pins Magnum, that does nothing for the Smack Talkers. They're still in this.
Yeah, it is correct. Again, they have to be pinned to be eliminated or dropped down, I should say, in the tag rankings. And look, Cal Wu going for the pin, and the Smack Talker's not even bothered by it. But, oh, a good kick out by Magnum at 2.
Does Grills and Darcy have an issue with each other? They seem to just be focused on each other. And as you said, KT, we know KT and Kyle has their issues already. But did we miss something with Grills and Darcy?
I don't know, but maybe we are. We might be seeing a number of singles rivalries going on and forming right before our very eyes here in the arena. And the crowd is loving this. Just listen to them.
And, I mean, did the Smack Talkers talk too much smack that all tag teams are now after them?
Oh, man, and that was such a big torque onto the back. Oh! Cal Wu's going for the pin, but the ref is focused on Darcy. What is going on? Oh, and now he goes for the pin. Oh, my God.
He still almost got it.
The ref. Oh, what just happened there? KT was about to do a big move onto Magnum, and Cal Wu broke it up to do his own move. It looked like he was like, KT, I want the glory, not you.
And there's Kyle going after Cal Wu now. He broke up that just to beat down Cal Wu. Some KT's going for it now.
Oh, no. And there is the finish. Darcy had just said, I don't care. I'm going after Grills. And that is your victory. Ended up picking up the victory there. What a change there. Go ahead.
As you stated, though, before, the Smack Talkers were supposed to get pinned to be towards the bottom. As you could tell, Darcy just walked on by, went up the ropes. He knew. I think they played it well here.
The Smack Talkers definitely knew the stakes at hand and played to that very well, but it's very interesting that they went that route versus trying to get the win themselves. It's smart. It's playing, checkers when some are playing chess. It is definitely one of those things. He didn't care.
Darcy didn't care at all. He just walked over to the ropes.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't care. He was like, I know that if this pin goes through, I'm still good, and they are still good. They will be able to continue to be in the title picture. But we'll see. Of course, they still got to put themselves as a #1 contender. They haven't done so just yet.
No, and seeing as Magnum got pinned, I'm curious on what that does with bare arms now, though, in the standings there. Does that push them back at all, or is it kind of a wash for them, considering it's a triple threat match? So it'll be really interesting to see where our tag teams go from there, especially because we have Anime Tetsu in a mix and stuff like that. So it's gonna get quite interesting here to see who ends up taking that top spot to challenge the Thomas Dynasty.
You're right. We still have Anime Ted, we still have Animal Kingdom, and we have another tag team that has not debuted yet, but has been in the works behind the scenes. So we'll see, like you said, what that means for the tag team division moving forward. But now let's get into our second matchup. This is the triple threat of Dr. Vertebreak, Hatshepsut, and Molly Gloria. Again, just so that people, maybe if you haven't seen the past episodes, which if you haven't, go check them out. There is a link to that somewhere around here in our video. We'll have that playlist of past PSWF episodes. But at the original match, Dr. Vertebreak in the women's ladder match had a phenomenal performance. Why? She was the #1 contender heading into the last pay-per-view. Did very well. She made Hat tap. She made Molly tap. There was a number of issues that had through there. Molly Gloria got hurt at that match, but was able to pick up a victory over Hat. However, at that first match, there was a little finicky business going on with X and Hatshepsut. And since that time, Hat has been clamoring that she deserved a #1 contender spot. Here is a chance for her to finally make that happen. Kyle, do you think she does?
I don't know. This is quite interesting, as you said. Like, she's been claiming she deserves this and everything else, but when it comes to the singles matches, she hasn't been able to finish, though. Molly and Dr. Vert have been the stronger two looking opponents. So this is really a good, a good opportunity for Hat to show that she does deserve it. So
yes, and it is one of those opportunities too that we've talked about it in past episodes, that you can't let these opportunities slip by. They are going to not come very often. So when you have an opportunity, you have to grasp it. And Hat, so far, maybe hasn't really grasped it, but she's had some fairly good performances, but coming out on the losing end. Now, here is a chance for her to be able to take that first victory. Kyle, what do you think she needs to do so, especially with it being a triple threat?
Dude, that's what makes this extremely interesting. Almost try to stay out of the chaos. Let Molly and Dr. Vert wear each other out while you add a little bit of offense here and there. But try to let the other two really wear each other down and take advantage of that. You kind of want to be the sneaky person in triple threat matches, kind of in and out of the ring, and attack in pristine opportunities, and just try to stay out of being the one that ends up getting tag teamed against at the start. And that's always the hard part. Does Molly and Dr. Vert just go right after Hat right away because of what's going on with Hat and X? Push her to the side.
It very well could be. And again, also because of the victories that the Dr. Vertebreak and Molly have had, there's a chance maybe they look at Hat as the weakest link and the easiest member to get a victory over. That's going to be the, exciting part to see what strategies unfolds out of this. And of course, we just saw Dr. Vertebreak enter, was the #1 contender, had a good showing at the pay-per-view, but over X, still able to get that victory over Dr. Vertebreak and retain the title to become the longest reigning champion in PSWF history. But here's the one hoping that they, now recovered from their injury, can be the big factor in all of this women's division, and that is Molly Gloria. Kyle, what does she bring to the table that could be the difference maker in dethroning X?
Quickness. I feel like she has some quickness. She has some air game. I feel Molly so far in her matches has been pretty well rounded. I mean, she's even showed some power and what have you. But we'll have to see though what she can bring here in the triple threat match.
Bell has rung, and actually Dr. Vertebreak and Molly go right after each other, and exactly what you said. Hat is going to try to stay away, but no, Dr. Vertebreak said, I caught you sleeping, going right after Hat.
And Molly take her time to get back in, letting Dr. Vert take on Hat for a little bit.
Oh, so one leg drop and another leg drop. Oh, and now Molly taking advantage of the situation. But, Dr. Vertebreak turning things right back around with a big knee to the head.
Yeah, Dr. Vert has been one of our strongest competitors so far in this division. And, there's a reason why she's been going against X like she has.
You're right, but of course it's just exactly what you said. She may be one of the strongest in the division, but she hasn't been strong enough to lift the belt over her own head, and she's hoping that this could be the next step in her journey towards being a finally women's champion here at PSWF. But of course, the other two female competitors want to have that belt around their waist just as much as Dr. Vertebreak does, and Hat is making sure it is shown with just the brute strength she has, throwing Vertebreak on the mat.
Yeah, this is something that Hat has done a lot, actually, though, during her matches. Even though she hasn't won, she has shown the tremendous power that she does have, lifting the other competitors like it's nothing.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, but our women's division is so strong and deceivingly strong at that. None of these women are very tall or muscular in stature. They're very lean, but they're so strong in just how well they just throw their competitors around. And you can just see again the strength coming out of Molly, Gloria, with those strikes and those slaps.
Yeah, she's really showing those slaps into her competitors, and Hat didn't like that, just tossing her in the corner of the ring there.
Ooh, Hat missed a smack of her own, and looks like Dr. Vertebreak is going to make her pay, and Molly is just soaking it in, going, all right, I'll watch this, but that made Dr. Vertebreak mad, and she just threw Molly around.
Smart by Molly there, too, though, being aware that Hat was about to lift her up to try to rob, but that gave Dr. Vert the opportunity to get from behind and slamming her down and starting to work those limbs some more.
Oh, what a good spear there from Hat. Oh, and another splash right after that. Is she going to try to go for a pin off of this? But no. Oh, she played possum. Dr. Vertebreak got the pin, but Molly right there to break it up.
Molly going right after Hat, and great moves there. Dr. Vert's taking this opportunity now to get herself rested up.
Oh, what a big clothesline. It has just been awesome seeing these competitors doing everything they can to try to get an edge over this victory, and each one getting some shining moments with their strength. And oh, another big clothesline from Hat, going for the pin, but Molly breaks it up before even a 1 count.
Yeah, Hat did a good job at taking down both of her competitors there, but Molly wasn't stunned enough. Wrong time, Dr. Vert, but Molly misses.
No, it was not a wrong time because it actually allowed her to dodge the moves. Oh, but then a good reversal from Molly and a good reversal right back from Dr. Vertebreak and a good reversal right back.
Oh, and she missed because Dr. Vert moved. Wow, what a sequence.
What a sequence of reversals. My gosh.
That was awesome. Hat taking her time there, and Dr. Vert trying to put Molly in the middle of the ring.
Oh, we got our first pin, but oh. I thought we were going to get our first 1 count, excuse me, but we did not. Oh, Hat went to go make the moves onto Dr. Vertebreak, and Molly caught her sleeping with a big drop kick to the face.
There's those double knees.
Oh, and she goes for the armbar there on the ground. And Dr. Vertebreak is like, hey, did you forget about me? Because I'm going to make sure that you don't with it drop right onto your face.
Those ring posts never feel good. Even with the padding on the corners there, it still hurts a lot getting your face put in there.
Oh, we got our first 1 count of the match so far. Dr. Vertebreak getting that 1 count on Molly, but not able to do much more. And oh, look at the squats coming out from Hat. And oh, what a big slam onto the back of Dr. Vertebreak.
Huge slam.
Ooh, a good backflip onto Dr. Vertebreak. Oh, and a big slap. But oh, that must have made Dr. Vertebreak mad because she is going after Hat right after that one with a big slam. Oh, she's sizing her up. But Molly... Oh, but she gets Molly for it. Oh, and she's going for the spinal tap. It's the spinal tap. Is she going to tap? Hat is just dazed, not fully there. Oh, and she just breaks it up in time.
Molly was thinking she was doing a smart thing there, which, I mean, it was, but Dr. Vert, being so aware of her surroundings, turned that finisher just onto Molly.
That was such a quick heads-up adjustment. Oh, man. Oh, what a big slam. Molly is down. Hat going for the pin. Molly is dazed. There's the 1. Oh. Molly just coming to her senses in time to break it up. I won't lie. I thought that was going to be it.
Yeah, so did I. I thought Molly wasn't gonna get up in time, but this could be it right here. I mean, Molly is out. Oh, and outside of the ring.
Big backflip, and Hat's going for the pin. It's a 2. And she gets it. Hat picking up a huge win here at
Huge
PSWF.
victory.
My gosh. What a performance from all three of these competitors, but Hat coming out with her hand raised high afterwards. Kyle, just talk me through your thoughts.
That match was very back and forth from all three of our competitors there. You know, they all had a pretty good showing, but after a little while, Hat honestly took over there at the end. That last little bit, Hat was the one that really put out the offense there, and the right timing wise, you were able to slam Molly onto her back really pretty hard with the suplex there and rolling her out of the ring, and able to take advantage of the damage she had already put onto Dr. Vert, and was able to put a little bit more on there at the end with her moonsault and finished her off.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where we've had this discussion before of, you know, when you're in a triple threat situation, you have to be aware of your opponents and your own stamina. And I think what kind of happened there was Hat did a great job really utilizing how well and how rested each competitor was. And when Dr. Vertebreak used her spinal tap on Molly, I think she realized how much that wore Molly out and just knew, I got to do just enough to make sure Molly stays down and then just try to capitalize onto Dr. Vertebreak. And she did just that, picking up her, what I believe to be is her first win here at PSWF. So congratulations to Hat off of that. I wonder where we're going to be seeing that division be shaken up after that victory, because again, now you have basically a three-way tie for second place. Each one has a victory over the other. We'll find out what that goes through, but it's time to turn our attention to our last of the fatal versions, and instead of a triple threat, we're at a fatal four-way this time. Mayo, Menace, Bobby Houston, Glowrilla, and Matt. Kyle, what are you looking forward to in this matchup?
Honestly, the momentum of the briefcase holders. I want to see if one of those two can continue their momentum from winning these briefcases and where that can take them as competitors. And I mean, honestly, if one of them don't win and Bobby or Matt wins, what does that do for them?
Well, I definitely think, as you've already alluded to, because they have the briefcase, it doesn't really matter if they get the victory because they have that briefcase. They can cash it in when they want. But as you said, for momentum purposes, they need the victory so that they can continue to have momentum on their side to make sure that when they do cash in, they actually cash in and not fall victim to the mistake that always seems to happen to some competitors. But I'm looking forward to this matchup because of the fact as well, we had such a great performance from Glowrilla and Mayo Menace at the respective matches, and I just want to see those two in the ring together because Glowrilla was in their own match, Mayo in their own match, but what do those two bring to the table when they fight each other? That's going to be the interesting thing. But here is the bull of the locker room, Bobby Houston. You know, having a strong performance at the Royal Rumble, has had some strong performances since then, but something that we've been saying a lot with some of our competitors recently is just has not been able to find their footing in the rest of the competition. Now stacked in another match where they could lose without being pinned. What do you think that does for your psyche as Bobby Houston?
I mean, it's a lot, because a lot of times Bobby has been put in these type of matches too where there's not one way to lose. I mean, he doesn't have to be pinned to lose yet again. So trying to fight his way to come out on top on this to show that he can win and carry a momentum mentally in those singles to take those victory singles. Because even though he's not necessarily getting pinned to lose these matches, it's still him losing mentally.
It is still a loss, and that's exactly it. It wears you down on your psyche. But here's a person that I don't think, even if they lost, they'd be wearing down, is Glowrilla, just making sure the crowd is really into this. And who doesn't love the gyrating of those hips from the Glowrilla? Just definitely brings a smile to your face when they walk down to the ring.
Yeah, and what makes me most excited about Glowrilla and Mayo though too, is them holding the briefcases. Is the fact that here at the PSWF, we don't have any record so far of who has successfully cashed in and who has failed to cash in. So I'm interested to see which one of these two both fail, or both succeed. Like, there's so much excitement around the briefcase, and we have no records of past history here in the PSWF, whereas now the Royal Rumble, we have a victor, we have a number that has won. We can start it off with that, but this is our fresh start here with the briefcases.
Yes, and it's also, again, as we said earlier, we have no clue when they may cash in. So that's going to be the most interesting aspect of some people cash in right away. Some people hold on to it for a while. Some people wait on to it for almost a year. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen here. But there is the final competitor of this match, Matt, who had actually a pretty decent performance at the pay-per-view. Their OMG run, of course, was not as good. They ended up going up against Bear Grylls, who took the victory over Matt. But Matt has had some ups and downs here at PSWF. Kyle, do you feel the time is right for Matt to start to ascend themselves into that upper level of competitiveness that they've been able to do in all other sports they are a part of?
That's interesting, because Matt's another one of those that has had really good showings, but hasn't been able to take that, that leap over that line yet. So can this be his opportunity to be like, hey, listen, I know I've had great showings, but I'm more than just a showing here in the PSWF. I'm a legit competitor, and a competitor for upcoming title matches and everything else. I am here to win it and take everything.
Well, here is the time for that to come. And the match has started. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it is late as we're recording this. And oh, there is a start already. Ring split. Mayo going after Bobby. Glowrilla going after Matt. And they are just laying havoc on each other. And both sides seemingly switching who started off strong and who is now getting beat up.
Yeah, exactly. And both of the current briefcase holders are the ones that are losing.
Oh, but Bobby Houston able to stay composed, saw that Matt was going for the pin, meant to go after Mayo, and quickly made an adjustment and broke up that pinfall at a 1.
And Matt was going there for a move on Bobby Houston, but Glowrilla did not like what Matt did there and ended up breaking a move early for Bobby Houston there. But Matt does not look like, ooh, good slap onto the chest.
Oh, what a big belly-to-belly slam there by Bobby Houston. That is not a light opponent to lift up like that, and the impact could be felt all the way across the arena.
Now lifting him up and throwing him on that top rope as well. Again, a lot of really strong competitors here in the PSWF, and every match continues to show.
Ooh, Mayo going out of the ring, and Bobby said, you know what, I'm going to turn my attention now to these other competitors, and now going after Matt. This could be the time that could end up letting Mayo catch his breath and really get things going, but Bobby really putting some work down across on the other side of the arena.
Yeah, this is pretty good on Bobby too, making sure that even Matt is getting beat down a little bit, but did he give Mayo too much time to rest?
Oh yeah, now he's tried to go right back after Mayo, pick up where he left off, and Mayo said, I'm going to pick up where I left off and dropping you on your face. And a big slam right after that, and Glowrilla with some big chops onto Matt.
Bobby with the reversal there, and now beating down Matt more, or Mayo.
Ooh, what a big That was an interesting clothesline off of the, or big punch, I should say, off of the ropes there by Glowrilla. But now things are turning around, and we just have a lot of strikes going on from all our competitors showing off their strength.
Yeah, this has now become just a striking fest. These competitors are giving it their all to come out on top here. Either A, the momentum with the briefcase, or B, one of the competitors trying to show that, hey, listen, I'm here for more than just the briefcase. I'm here to try to compete for that OMG championship, or the big top dog of the company.
Yeah, and now it looks like the two briefcase holders are going after each other while Matt and Bobby are trying to get some momentum going on their side. And Matt is really putting in a work here on Bobby Houston, and look at the strength just holding Bobby into this suplex position, even asking the crowd to get into it as he drops him on his back. What a big explosion there. Matt going for the pin, but Mayo quick on his feet and breaks it up.
All those boxing classes are, from training, it's really building those arms up.
Oh, and a reversal there. The 2 count. Oh, but Mayo able to kick out at 2.
Nobody was able to get up in time to break that up either. What a slam on a Mayo.
Oh, Glowrilla just in time breaks that up, and an RK out of nowhere, but there was a rope break. Oh my God.
Oh no. That was it. That's Bobby's move there.
Oh my God, Bobby pulling that out of thin air and almost claimed a victory just like that, but not able to do it because he's just too close to the ropes. Will that come back to haunt him? That's going to be the question.
Matt beating down Mayo there. Bobby's taking a minute. Glowrilla's though catching his breath as well. That can't be good for the rest of the group here.
Yeah, and now Matt is putting some work onto Bobby, making sure that Bobby doesn't continue any kind of momentum that he had built up there for a bit. And Glowrilla is trying to make sure that Mayo meets the fist of the Glow, but Mayo turning things around and maybe making sure that Mayo or Glowrilla feels that too. Oh, what a big slam from Matt.
Huge slam there by Matt, but Mayo's trying to take advantage of this.
Oh, and Glowrilla just able to kick out there at 2. I wonder if Matt getting thrown down on top of him had anything to do with that breakup.
Yeah, it felt that way anyways. Oh, Bobby tried to throw Mayo outside of the ring, but Mayo was able to hang on. Let's see what happens here now with Bobby and Matt, just the only 2 in the ring currently.
Glowrilla taking his breath outside the ring. Mayo just sizing things up, just kind of watching, and says, all right, I guess now that I caught my breath, I'll come in. And oh, what a big move right there from Matt. Oh, but Glowrilla able to get in and break it up, and Mayo was not paying attention, apparently, was just celebrating over on the other side.
Bobby Houston's still down. Mayo looks like he's trying to set him up for something.
Wow,
oh,
the
that power.
strength. Oh! What is going on? The ref is distracted. Mayo has the pin. But Glowrilla is trying to make Matt tap, and the ref, oh, he was too focused. Oh my God, Mayo. The clutches of victory so far close.
So close. And oh, Glowrilla going for another one, but no, Matt kicked him out of it.
I think that could have been a 6 count almost, maybe even a 7 there from Mayo, but the ref just distracted by the submission over there, not going for the pin. And I feel for the ref. What do you do in those situations? You have one person trying to make a competitor tap. You have another one trying to pin. What do you do? That's so tough.
That is extremely tough. On which one do you prioritize there?
Oh, Glowrilla told Matt, come bring it, and Matt is bringing it with choking.
Oh,
him
look
right
at that,
there
choking him out.
Oh, what a... the force on that strike lifting Glowrilla off the ground, and he's been cut open.
That is the boxing classes right there shown.
That's why when Matt goes to Wii Sports, he has to wear gloves because those strikes are deadly. And what a big slam. And Mayo picks up the victory off of a beautiful slam onto Matt, capitalizing after the strike that Matt brought to Glowrilla.
Matt putting in a lot of work there at the end, but Mayo taking advantage to take that victory and that momentum forward, because who knows when Mayo's going to decide to cash in that briefcase. It's all about the mind games now.
That is two straight victories now for Mayo. And you talk about somebody who had a impressive performance at the Royal Rumble, didn't have a great one in the OMG, but now is starting to find maybe their footing in PSWF. Mayo is someone to look out for. I think Mayo is. You got to watch out for this guy.
It's just a matter of now is what does, like I said, the mind games for Mayo, like when, where, and how does Mayo want to cash in this briefcase? I just had to say to our current champions, Samurai, Lunt, be watching always, because who knows what Mayo has planned.
You gotta always have what they say, right? Two eyes looking forward and two eyes watching from behind, because you never know who's crawling up behind you. But we're gonna head to our next one, and this is the one that I think, for myself, I'm excited for, because as you stated earlier, we have Bill Gates versus Hunter Frost, and whoever walks out with their hand raised high here in this match will have their first victory here at PSWF. All things aside, these two have had some impressive matches, some impressive performances, but just have not come out on top. And this is that finally could be that step to them starting to gain traction here at PSWF. Kyle, we talked about psyche with some of our other wrestlers, but talk about that with these guys. What do you think that this victory will mean to them, with it being that first victory after so many weeks?
I think that's the whole, I do belong here. I can do this. I deserve these wins, especially with the showings that I've made, especially on Hunter Frost's side. Like, you could see all the talent in the world there. And maybe this is finally his time to be like, hey, listen, let me make quick work of Bill Gates and show why I belong competing in the singles competition.
Yeah, I mean, it is a situation where these two have not had too many opportunities where they've been one-on-one, where it is either I pin or I am pinned. They've had a number of matches where they've been in the midst of things. Hunter Frost in a 6-man tag match with the Smack Talkers and not able to get a victory. Bill Gates did get a victory out of that, but not in singles competition. So here is a chance for them to finally get that singles victory, and it's definitely going to be interesting in just that aspect alone. How much does that triple threat moment, or excuse me, that 6-man tag moment weigh on their consciousness? Because in a sense, Bill Gates has a victory, but not, again, in a singles verse.
No, and Bill Gates has shown well in matches that has had multiple people. I mean, let's be honest, he's a mosquito for a reason. And in a team aspect of things, maybe this, if he loses, maybe this is his way of trying to realize and say, hey, let me pass you some cash and let me be a part of your group or something like that. Let me be a part of your team, because that's just the atmosphere that he works best in, is teamwork.
Yeah, we will see from there. But here comes the man that is, again, had a number of impressive performances, but not coming out on top. Hunter Frost needs the momentum, needs this victory to really start to, I guess, push himself into a singles viewpoint, because right now he is a wandering spirit, I would say. He doesn't know, you don't know if he is a singles guy, is he a tag team guy, what is he here in PSWF, and this is the time to finally shine for him.
Oh, very much so, especially because, as you said, Hunter has had really good showings in all his matches, but unfortunately just has come up short. And it's sad to see, because it's somebody that is definitely deserving of some of these victories. But, you know, in that triple tag team match, got left out to dry by the Smack Talkers. And the other matches, he just kind of fell short a little bit. So this is a very big opportunity and very important for Frost's career here in the PSWF to start to take off here.
Yeah, and it looks like we won't have to wait too much longer. The ref is checking. The bell has now rung, and the match is underway. And, ooh, Bill Gates getting the first strike to get things going.
I think that was an unexpected first strike there. Hunter Frost didn't seem ready for that one. Quickness of Bill Gates. Bill Gates is already going up to the top rope. This seems kind of early, though.
Oh,
he does hit it.
He lands onto the stomach of Hunter Frost, goes for the pin, gets a 2 count.
Oh. Could you imagine if that match just ended there that quickly? What that does for Bill Gates?
Oh my gosh, that could have been disastrous for Hunter Frost, but enormous for Bill Gates. And Bill Gates is continuing to put the work in with a big backbreaker right there onto Hunter Frost, and a big scrape across the face as well.
This is quite the showing already for Bill Gates here. This is extremely interesting, but Hunter Frost there with a good reversal. So let's see if he can finally get some offense in here.
Oh, what a big suplex there, dropping Bill Gates right on his head, and now just going at him with those strikes. I think he is frustrated with how this match started and trying to get things going right away, to the fact of, you know what, Bill Gates, I'm not letting you have anything else. And what a move there that just took place from Hunter Frost. Going for the pin. Oh, only a 1 count.
Hunter Frost, they're saying, listen, you wanna go up the top ropes? Well, let me, here, hold my bear. Let me do one better.
That was fairly impressive, and some big strikes now putting to work on there, but Bill Gates with a good reversal to get out of the corner. But Hunter Frost says, hey, you don't like that corner? I'll throw you into this one, with a big knee right after it and a big slam onto his face.
Good running bulldog there by Hunter Frost, and kicking him.
Oh my God, is Bill Gates dead? Is Bill Gates dead off of that? The ref going for the pin. And he gets the first victory of his PSWF career. Wow.
What a finisher there. Oh, man. Listen, Bill Gates, what a start for you. But as soon as Hunter Frost realized, like, wait a minute, that was it. Hunter just took over there and finished him rather quickly there. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah, that match was not long at all, but as you said, Bill Gates started off hot, looked great, but Hunter Frost, like you said, I said earlier, when he looked frustrated with those strikes, and I think from there on, he was making sure Bill Gates did not keep any kind of momentum going in this matchup. And so finally, Hunter Frost gets to raise his hand, and you can see it right there. He is frustrated, and he is saying, look, I belong here, and I am ready to make my name here at PSWF.
Yeah, listen to the crowd, too. They're behind Hunter Frost. They really enjoy what he brings to the table and everything else. And, again, it's just he's fallen short plenty of times, but here he is getting his first victory, and let's see if this is that spark he needs to really boost on up.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too with the fact of we're through these weeks we've been able to start kind of seeing some wrestlers separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And Hunter Frost was that wrestler that you always felt through his matches was going to put himself in that head and shoulders part above others, but just always couldn't get that victory. And so, you, like I said at the beginning of the match, you kind of was like this wandering spirit. You didn't really know what you were going to get with him. And I think that match showed if Hunter Frost is in the singles competition with you, you cannot overlook him because he is strong. Very strong.
And he can, as he showed there, make quick work out of you if he absolutely has to. Don't get on his bad side. I will say that.
And two wrestlers who have made quick work of some of their opponents is the next two that I have on our card. The Samurai versus Thiccnotic. Both of them having some impressive performances here at PSWF. The Samurai on a huge win streak in singles competition, leading all the way to the OMG Championship. Thiccnotic started off really, really strong, but of course came up on the losing end at our most recent Bills in the Briefcase pay-per-view. However, he's biding his time. He's not going right after the championship clause of a rematch for Lunt. He's gonna take a little bit, but he decided, you know what? I'm gonna go after the Samurai, potentially end that winning streak for the Samurai before I go back and try to claim my title. Kyle, do you think he has what it takes to do it?
This is quite interesting because, again, Thiccnotic really wants to show that might have just been a fluke loss there. So he's going to have to take the current OMG champion and take it off of him. But the Samurai, again, has looked so smooth, so good in his matchups that nobody can get away from his quick strikes. And those strikes are deadly.
You are right. The closest person to do that was his opponent at the pay-per-view, Lionel Jade. Had a couple of times where he potentially could have put the Samurai away, but did not realize how close they were to the ropes and got a rope break twice before the Samurai picked up that victory. So, is that the chink in the armor for the Samurai? Is that the chink in the katana for the Samurai? Will we see Thiccnotic potentially break that free and finally give our champion a loss in singles competition? I'm not 100% sure, but we did see Thiccnotic put Lunt away, our current champion, in 3 moves. Yes. 3 straight moves and put him away before. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens like that.
I wouldn't either, but I just gotta throw out there though. Did you see that belt? Look how good that belt looks.
That is a very, very pretty belt. And here we go. Here is our former champion, Thiccnotic, who did come out on the losing end again at our pay-per-view, but is still a force to be reckoned with here at PSWF. That is why they were the inaugural champion of the men's PSWF championship. And so, Kyle, what do you think Thiccnotic needs to do to get back into the right footing, back into the winner's circle in this matchup?
Honestly, just do what Thiccnotic does best. Use that power and strength and finish Samurai off quickly. Get yourself a quick victory here and just say, listen, I'm a champion. If it's taking yours eventually or going back up and taking my belt back, I'm going to do it.
That is going to be interesting to go see how that actually unfolds, because you're right. I actually didn't even consider Thiccnotic may, if he wins this, think about, you know what? I'm going to take your championship before I go back after my championship. So we'll see. The bell has rung, and we're getting things going. And Thiccnotic going right after the Samurai, showing off he's got some strikes to bring to the table.
This is that start that Thiccnotic needed, though. The quick start, get the Samurai down,
Oh, going after a
for an
pin
early
already,
win.
and we get a 2 count. Oh, and then he kicks out. That's surprising. A 2 count after some of those strikes. Again, it shows just what power Thiccnotic brings to the table. Oh, what a big power bomb right there.
Slamming him down on his back so hard, but here comes the Samurai with a good reversal, and those knee strikes are ready. Great elbow to the face off the ropes.
Wow, what intensity there. And now we have... Oh, it looked like Thiccnotic was going to turn things around, but the Samurai keeps the momentum going.
That quickness. Oh, here comes that.
This has been a move to devastate the opponent so far in all his singles victories. And oh, it goes right into the face of Thiccnotic.
He loves doing that to his opponents. But ooh, good reversal by Thiccnotic.
A good cross body splash there. A running cross body splash at that. My gosh. All right, we're getting things going. Again, I always forget how nimble Thiccnotic is. Going up for a big power bomb. Oh! Off the top of the barricade. Oh my God, my back would hurt just off of seeing that.
I need to go to the chiropractor after that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I could feel that.
The Samurai ended up getting out of that, and now, taking a big ride off of to Thiccnotic. The ref has gotten all the way up to 6. The Samurai says, I don't want to count out victory. I don't want to double count out either. I'm going to bring you right back into the ring.
Yeah, that's a Samurai for you, though. Making sure to win. If he wins the right way. But could that be a mistake? Thiccnotic.
Oh, and a kick out at 2. Oh, what a move there. And like you said, I was like, oh no, that might be a mistake from the Samurai, and a big drop kick from Thiccnotic to the back of the head of the Samurai. And the Samurai returning some strikes, but Thiccnotic. Oh man, we got a reversal cards going.
Going for a nice headlock there.
Oh, and he's really got it latched in, but oh, Thiccnotic able to finally break it up. And Samurai going up top.
We've seen this before.
Oh my God, the number of spins. As he lands on Thiccnotic, he goes for the pin. Oh, and Thiccnotic kicks out at 2.
Good kick out there by Thiccnotic. Again, we've seen Samurai land at it a couple times. It's amazing how many times he can spin it. There's a spear. That has to be it.
Oh, a near count. Oh. The Samurai was probably a little upset. Yeah, that was definitely a frustration. Oh, what a big slam from Thiccnotic. He goes for the pin. Oh, and it kicks out at 2. But Thiccnotic, only the second person to kick out of the Samurai Spear, the first being Lionel Jade at the pay-per-view. Oh, he's bringing the Samurai up. It's the Thick Attack. It's the Thick Attack.
Close to the ropes.
The Samurai's undefeated streak is over.
And Thiccnotic taking the victory. What does this all mean now, though?
Wow.
Does this earn a little bit of respect here? Does this just earn him a proper opportunity for a match for that title?
Wow. Wow. What a match. Thiccnotic picking up a huge win after what just happened there, and the Samurai's undefeated streak finally comes to an end. Kyle, what is going on?
This is the PSWF for you. Anything can happen. You've seen these other companies that it can be very, very predicting on what can happen. You know, like, oh, we know this is the jobber. We know this is going to lose. This is going to lose. Oh, he's a champion. He's always going to win, especially in their normal weekly shows like their Adrenaline. like, oh, there's a champion, they should win. But not here in the PSWF. Anybody can take a match week in and week out.
That is insane. Congratulations, Thiccnotic, for a big win there. The Samurai, again, a strong showing in that performance. I thought Thiccnotic was going to, fall victim to the Samurai again. But Thiccnotic coming out on top. But let's turn our attention now to our main event, and it is Lunt taking on Ben, the Iceman Neisen. And Kyle, I just got to ask you, Lunt getting a huge win at the pay-per-view. Ben Neisen continued to have another strong performance. How are you feeling about this matchup in particular?
I'm really interested in this one, especially because the Iceman, every time he steps, I say it week in and week out, but every time the Iceman gets into that ring, from entrance to start of the match, throughout the match, to me, it's pure excitement. I love the way the Iceman wrestles and gets around the ring and everything else. And this is a huge opportunity for the Iceman to be like, hey, I also, you just saw Thiccnotic maybe earn himself an opportunity. This is my opportunity to get that belt off of you, Lunt. Give me this matchup after I beat you.
Yeah, this could help spark some rivalries going, and it could also spark, as you put it, a title picture for Ben Neisen. Maybe not at the PSWF men's title, but remember, we also have the OMG title. The person that just lost, the Samurai, is holding. Neisen might have his eyes set on that title too. We'll know. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll find out here in a bit, but it looks like everything is ready to go. Our competitors are heading into the ring, and we're going to send it on down to their entrances. Kyle, I think this is the first time that Neisen will be in a main event outside, of course, of the Royal Rumble. So, do you think that this may give Lunt the edge in the fact that Lunt's been in the main event a number of times already?
It's very possible that this can give Lunt a little bit more advantage here, but honestly, the way that Iceman, his persona and everything else, I feel like no matter what you put in front of him, it's not going to faze him. He's going to get out there and do his job, and do his job well.
Oh, and you know that. It's definitely something that Neisen carries himself on, is the fact that whatever he gets out onto the ring, he's going to give it his all and give a solid performance to the fans, because that's what he aims to please, as you can see from his entrance here into the ring. But again, a guy who you cannot sleep on, of course, because he is holding our PSWF men's title, but just in general, even before that, is this man, Lunt, having some vicious strikes. Again, started off at the Royal Rumble, finishing number 2, but then follows it up in the next match, losing in 2 moves to our old champion, Thiccnotic, but has found his footing here since then with a victory over Bobby Houston, a victory before the pay-per-view, and then, of course, a victory at the pay-per-view. So momentum is on Lunt's side.
Yeah, and momentum, like you said, completely on Lunt's side here. And again, he's the champion. All the momentum's going to be on his side. I mean, he has all the advantages right now. Count out, don't count, or anything else like that. But he's got to watch himself right now. Because win or lose, we don't know if we're going to hear music pop. And somebody going to run out with the briefcase. Mayo has that opportunity to mess with, Lunt here. So it'll be interesting to see how much that also affects his thought process in this match.
Yes, exactly. Because as we talked about, you got to have eyes looking over your shoulder, because that briefcase is always a threat. And we get the match started, and Lunt going with some strikes right after Neisen, trying to make sure that he puts him away early so that if someone tries to cash in, he is ready to go.
Good backbreaker there already from Lunt, and then slamming Neisen's face into the ground twice now.
And third time's the charm. He's just trying to make sure that Neisen, oh my God, he's trying to make sure Neisen really gets a taste of the mat before this match continues, and that really seems to have done a number to Neisen. He was not moving.
Just toying with him right now, and looks like he's going for a good submission here.
What bridge? A torque on the legs, a torque on the neck, and he's bridged it up really high. Neisen trying to get out. Can he reach over? Oh, he finally breaks it up, though.
I wasn't sure he was going to get out there, to be honest. That was a really close call there.
That was not looking
had that
good.
in. No.
What a good backbreaker, though. And now going after the arms of Lunt, saying, look, I know you got some strikes, but if I take out your arms... Oh, what a big backflip.
Fantastic backflip there. Taking over this match a little bit now. Let's going for a pin in the middle, but no, let's...
What is going on?
I haven't heard this music yet.
Who is this? Oh, Lunt putting some work onto Neisen while everyone is distracted with what is going on.
Ooh. Neisen looked ready to trying to figure out who the hell that was.
It seems like not. I'm not. Oh, it's the Glow Shave. Was the music a distraction? Who was that? Oh, but Neisen kicks out right before the 3 count. We have still yet to see who's come out from that music. What a distraction.
That music I have yet to hear. You know, I haven't heard that before, and Iceman's taking over now against Lunt. Uh-oh.
Stepping outside the ring, going for a big forearm and takes out the Lunt. Goes for the pin. Oh, but Lunt kicks out at 2.
2 really close calls here. I mean, so far a great match. But my mind's all over the place right now.
Yeah, as much as that music has thrown a huge distraction into things. Oh my God, what a big flip from Neisen. Oh, and is he going to follow it up again? Oh, he's saying, come on, Lunt, get up. Oh, and he does it again. He connects. Goes for the pin. And Neisen picks up a huge victory over Lunt, despite the distraction.
Holy cow. Both of our champions have now lost in the singles competition on this first week back.
You said you were looking forward to what happens after the pay-per-view. Well, here's what happens after the pay-per-view. It's all the competition and the wrestlers have risen what they're bringing to the table. Neisen getting a big victory right there. Again, despite the distraction that happened, who knows what the heck that was? We will have to find out more.
Yeah.
What comes to follow after that?
Yeah, a sneak peek of what's possibly to come with the PSWF. I'm still not sure what it was, but Neisen seemed to be distracted by it. What didn't seem to care too much and went right after, try to take advantage of that, but Neisen pushing it to the side and coming out with the big victory over Lunt.
Yeah, that was so interesting. And also, just as you said, right, that despite the distraction, Lunt didn't seem fazed by it. So is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? But Neisen somehow being able to shake it off and end up coming out on top over our champion following our pay-per-view. And we talked about beforehand what this could mean for Neisen in the Brower rankings, in the fact of where you're putting yourself in for future potential title opportunities. this has to propel Neisen up the ladder at minimum to be in consideration for some future number one contenders opportunities.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, not only that, but I mean, if Neisen beat the champion, I mean, that has to say something with his rankings and has to put him up there. Like, let's be honest here. And on top of that, Thiccnotic with the huge win. So that puts them both into a situation of what's to come after this. It's going to be really interesting in the coming up weeks to see what all plays out from this, and then figuring out what this mysterious music was.
Yeah, so as you were talking there, Kyle, I did get word from our producers, and it sounds like Thiccnotic is invoking his challenger's rematch clause of the title for next week's pay-per-view, or next week's match, excuse me. So that will be our main event. Thiccnotic challenging again for the title against Lunt. Will we have our first reclaiming of the title at next week's match? And it also sounds like, I've heard from our producers, that music was intentional, and we may be seeing a new face next week. We're going to have to wait to see about that. I haven't gotten full confirmation, but it sounds like someone has something to say next week, and we're going to find out about that all coming up. So you guys do not want to miss PSWF Adrenaline. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and hit the like button if you really like this video. Let us know down in the comments below who you think the mysterious person is, who you think may be the next PSWF title champion. Whatever you want to let us know about in the comments, be putting it in there. But Kyle, what was your match of the card?
Tough one, but I'd have to go with that main event. I really enjoyed that main event, everything and that went on, and despite the mysterious music, that we're about to find out what's going to happen next week with that. Seeing Neisen be able to, go past it and still come out on top against your champion, huge stuff. Huge stuff.
Yeah, and just for the sake of discussions, I'm going to go with the actual semifinal, or the co-main event of Thiccnotic versus the Samurai. I was just very surprised with how that match went. The Samurai having so much momentum to start, but Thiccnotic coming out on top, ending the undefeated streak in singles competition for the Samurai. What a performance. But as you said, that main event was also chef's kiss. What a great performance.
Yes.
So again, for next week, don't miss it. We have that coming up, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. But for this episode, I've been one of your co-hosts, Jeremy Culver, aka Darcy. This has been Kyle, the glorious Gloria, and we hope you enjoyed this. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like, leave us a comment down below, and keep the adrenaline going.